Today we're talking about how to work with a sales agent or distributor and not get burned, so to speak. But the first thing I want to do is define what is burned or what is being screwed over. A lot of times when someone will say that to me, I'll say, tell me about it, tell me about that experience. And then they'll basically go on to say that their movie didn't make $1 million. And that's not the distributor or sales agent anyway screwing that filmmaker. That is the market, and sometimes movies just don't sell. And especially these days, it's so tough to predict what's going to hit and what's not. Even if you put marketing money, ad buys, influencers, things like that, sometimes movies just don't hit. And what's crazy is that even with owning a sales company, many times they're movies that we love, or they're movies where we love the filmmakers, right? Or both. And sometimes it just doesn't hit. So you have to differentiate that. But when you say not get burned by a sales agent or distributor, well, the first thing I would say is try to qualify. If you hear somebody that said they got screwed over or burned by them, what is that story, right? Were they unreachable by phone or email? Okay, yeah, that's a problem. Were they, did they never release the movie? Yeah, that's also a problem, right? So there could be things like that that are legitimate beefs that you have. The way to avoid this is to not do something that people do in all jobs across the country. And I've said this on videos before. Asking for references is the dumbest practice because no one is going to give you bad references, right? So when you're applying for a job, they say, could you give me some references? You're going to give them people that are going to speak extremely highly about you, right? So the same would go for qualifying a sales agent or distributor. What I do suggest is going to IMDb Pro or going to Cinando and finding out what movies this sales agent or distributor has distributed or sold and reaching directly out to the producers. Trust me, the producers will love to sing the praises of a sales agent or distributor if they are fans, and they will love to give you all the bad news if they are not fans. And so then you take it with a grain of salt. That's where you have to determine, okay, how did they get screwed over or whatever, or was there a legitimate problem? And it behooves you to do this to more than one producer or sales agent, because if one says they had the greatest experience, the other said they got screwed over, then you have to decide. But if all of them say this, run away from this sales agent or distributor, that's probably a good sign. So instead of asking for references, do your own research and ask around about that company and find if their reputation holds up. And then you can make a decision from there. So also too, now it comes down to the points of the contract, and we have a whole video series on international distribution and negotiating those contracts, but it basically comes down to what percentage you're giving, what expenses they're taking from the movie, and how they're going to put the movie out there, how they're going to market it. Do you have a chance to get the movie back in the future? All of those things kind of come into play, the length of the term. So you have to then decide and negotiate, and that's where you want to bring in an entertainment attorney so that that person can help you. And even there, be careful, because some of the entertainment attorneys are not up with the times. They don't know the current market situations, or they're really just trying to earn their money and put 1 million red lines on a contract, which has ruined deals. I know for our company, if we're on the fence about a movie and we feel our agreement is super producer friendly, if it comes back with tons of red lines on it, we'll just say, hey, we'd pass on this movie, because we're not going to get our lawyer involved and do all kinds of stuff because their lawyer felt a colon was better than a semicolon all through the document or whatever. So that's a situation where you want to get an entertainment attorney who's good, fast, and current with the times. But again, the more you go to film markets, the more you interact with filmmakers, you'll hear stories, you'll get experiences, and hopefully you'll have a great experience with your sales agent and distributor. Hey everybody, quick pitch on the Movie Producer Mastermind at Filmmaking Stuff HQ. If you want to learn how to finance your film, make your film, and then sell it and distribute it, this is where you need to be. It's the ultimate resource for putting your movie together. If you want to make your dream come true, you're going to want to check it out. Also, hit like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We put up new free content every week.